Since we live in the desert, water is scarce, so whenever we plan a trip,
it must be
a quest for water.
our first water quest is a boat ride. Last month happened to be Gary and I's 30th wedding anniversary.
Woohoo!
Gary, unbeknownst to me, planned a trip on the Portland Spirit. One of the first things that happened, to our surprise, is we came across the houseboat we were staying at, and boom!
There's the houseboat there on the left. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so funny, isn't it?
The route of the Spirit went up the Willamette River and then came back down. And going up there, we got to see all kinds of houses that were built.
Some nice ones too.
And they were built up high because the river has gone up as much as 35 feet from where it is right now. And then they have these long docks that come down. To our shock, it was like tens of thousands of dollars just for these docks.
As you can imagine, building on the water has its own challenges. Building up high, keep the house above what might be a floodplain. And in doing so, kind of create a slant that you're building on.
What Gary and I were noticing, the water would rise and fall every day. We would see it fall 3-4 feet sometimes. It was explained to us when the ocean rises, what it does is it stops the Columbia from going into the ocean and it backs it up. And then that backs up the Willamette that feeds into the Columbia. And then you get this rising of the water and falling just on a daily basis, which was really interesting
it's
too.
Kind of fun to see.
Back when I lived in Oregon, probably one of the things is because, you know, we do get a lot of rain. When the sun came out, everyone just flocked to the beaches. And we were seeing the beaches packed with people and fun and enjoying that beautiful weather in beautiful Oregon.
A lot different than it is out here in the desert, that's for sure. The nice thing about the Portland Spirit is it travels a little further down to Portland, going all the way to the bridges. And that was so neat to have this. The sun was going down and the city was settling down, and very romantic, very fun.
We might have caught a guy doing a little graffiti as well.
Oh yeah, graffiti.
Highway 26 on the way to the coast, to Seaside.
One of the places we had to go in Oregon is the beach. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. We're really fortunate the weather was wonderful. So when we got there, we got to see a lot more than typical.
If you've looked into grounding at all too, you know that one of the best places to ground is wet sand. Gary and I had to get our shoes off.
And get our feet and our toes in the sand, you know.
And get in that cold ocean water.
It is the Pacific Northwest.
Do you think it's warmed up since the last time we've been here?
No. It's still cold.
It's gonna be. It'll be colder than we think. Woo! Yeah, it's ice cold.
It's summer, but it doesn't. Does it warm up in the summer? I don't know.
A degree or two, I'm sure. Just above freezing. So
when you start walking down the beach, of course, it's always fun to pick up seashells. Normally you find like broken sand dollars, and you're lucky to find those. But I don't know why, but today was just filled.
Lots of dollars.
Yeah, full sand dollars, and they were even alive, so we had to put some of those back because we don't want to take the live ones.
Oh! Oh, hey! That's cool. It's muscly. Just take a bite out of that. Sushi!
One thing about the Pacific Northwest is the ocean is just so beautiful with the rocks and
Churn of the surf is really cool.
a little bit different than like
We
California.
did get our toes in there though. We got in knee deep, you know.
Of course, if you're going to go down surfing, you're going to want to be down in California.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
the
that
place
kind
to
of
surf.
stuff. Yeah. Another stop in the Pacific Northwest, a must, is to go to Multnomah Falls.
Gotta go.
We got to meet there with family.
We're at Multnomah Falls.
So we're going to go up and see if we can do it.
Let's do it. There's a little hike.
Yeah, a little hike. It's beautiful here. We've had a lot of memories from our childhood, so we thought it'd be fun to come and see. It's about, what do you think, about a mile and a half hike?
A mile and a half, 10,000 miles it seemed when you were hiking it, but yeah.
The day before, we knew we were going to be doing this, so Gary goes into one of these sportsy, high-end stores, and we need river shoes, and I didn't know what you were talking about. And she brings out all these shoes,
Yeah.
and they were well over $100.
Oh my gosh.
We're like, wow, this is expensive. I wonder if we can go to the inexpensive store and see if we can find the same thing, which we did. And so we were very excited. We got these river shoes
Yes.
to try out.
We felt so Pacific Northwest in
Yes.
our river shoes, so yeah.
So what do you think, Gare? Are you making it?
Oh yes, I'm making it.
Okay.
Nice.
Are we breathing hard?
We are now.
Shay dusted us, and Jocelyn's behind us.
Yep. Survival of the fittest.
This is a stream that flows into the waterfall.
Beautiful. That is beautiful.
This is the tippy top of where you saw the water.
Top of the water.
One of the things I don't remember about Multnomah Falls was the river at the top.
Yeah.
Get your shoes on, Gare. Well,
Feeling good.
And I think the reason I didn't was because normally when we go, it's cooler days. So that was such a pleasant surprise to put our feet in.
Flash around. It was fun.
We ended up breaking up in 3 different groups by the time we're up there, and Shay actually went further on up and saw a smaller waterfall.
Bigger pond to play in, so yeah.
She did give us pictures of it, so we were able to see that beauty up there.
Highest point, right here.
we did it, Gare. Those young whippersnappers don't have nothing on us.
That's right.
One of my favorite memories as a kid, and I said this last time too, was going down the Clackamas River. My mom would drop us off up higher of the Clackamas River, and then she'd go to work, and then she'd pick us up, and we'd float down all day and enjoy. You know, it's not an intense river, so we would enjoy it all day swimming and just have a great time.
Blow up boats and inner tubes and anything that'll float.
Yeah, remember the tire
Yeah.
inner tubes
Yeah,
that everyone had? I don't see those around much anymore. To our surprise, there's guided tours down that do the little rafting, and they're nothing major because we wanted to do this with our family, especially with our grandchildren, Paisley and Riley. There was an upper one that was a little rougher, but we wanted just the tame one to go down because we didn't want to
The
scare
lowest a
them.
lot tamer.
I think they probably could have handled the rougher ones,
bet they could have.
but we just wanted to start them off slow and
Right.
get them excited about the whole idea of floating down the river.
That was fun.
I'm really liking this whole adventure.
We're liking,
Yeah.
Liking?
John and I are liking it.
Yeah.
Very
Captain
cool.
Stan.
Silver tooth.
It was a lot of fun. You get out of the boat because there's some calmer areas, so you get to kind of swim around a little bit, then you jump back in the boat. There are a few little rapids. They're not like really huge ones, but we did have some pretty good jumps, and nobody fell out, so that was good.
When we got to the slow areas, did bring back a lot of memories. Coasting down there, looking at those beautiful trees and water and the little rapids going through. Such a calming, beautiful experience to have. It was great to be able to share it. And you too, to share it with you as well, because you got a little piece of my childhood.
Yes, I did. That's great.
Did you enjoy?
Love this. This was fun.
Yes.
Of course, we couldn't turn down another boat ride, so we took the opportunity to jump on this little pontoon boat all the way down to the Willamette Falls, which is just as far as you could go. We spun around there and came back, but the trip was amazing.
I've seen Willamette Falls a million times, but I've never seen it from this view, eye level, and how beautiful it really is. It's a natural fall, but then you can see that little ledge they built above it, which does a little bit of damming of the water.
Another thing really cool about being at the bottom of the falls, of course, is all the eddies. And you can see the water swirling. But sometimes I guess the salmon are still trying to go upstream.
And you know, when I was a kid, we would look down there, and that's where the fishermen would sit with their boats right in there fishing. But it's not like you could swim there or water ski there, because it's dangerous with all the undertows. So nobody really went down to that area except those fishermen.
Fishing in a boat.
The paper mill, which used to be going back in my day, but apparently it's been shut down.
They're still producing a little bit of electricity in a hydroelectric plant. There on the right, for the most part, the mill's all shut down.
So that part's still going on the Westland side?
On the Westland side. The whole plant's going to be taken down, and then they're thinking of building shops and different things out there too. So
Oh, okay.
turn it into a mall of some sort.
The cute little bridge, this is the bridge that connects Oregon City and Westland. And in high school, you know, that was the big rival, Oregon City versus Westland. You know, the close, when you're close, you're always the biggest rivals.
Coming down a little bit further, then you get the I-205 bridge, which is the interstate that travels north and south. That bridge is slated for an expansion, so there are lots of different tugs and pylon driver type equipment that they're driving in to be able to expand that out. They have locks that you could travel from the high to the lower, low to the high. They're not working right now.
Look completely different maybe when we come back next
The next
time.
30 years?
Yeah.
Our quest for water is not quite done, but our trip to Oregon, that's done. That's done.
Time to head back.
Yep, time to move on. Find more water. It's been great to be with our friends and our family, and we've enjoyed our time in the water.
We didn't get to see all the friends and family we wanted to see, but hopefully we can do this again next year.
You bet. So, is there water in the desert? Is there waterfalls in the desert?
Yes,
there
there is. We're kind of in the mode now of our quest for water. You think we can still finish our quest for water here in the desert?
In the desert, will be more difficult, especially with animals.
Whoa, look how pretty that is. Stunning.
Right, that way.
Water, Gary. There's water. Do you see it?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Hey, did you see that fish jump?
We're here with all the kids, except for Gary and Ellie and the girls, of course. They are not really in a hiking phase of their life. We started out together, but as you can see, they are a little more vibrant than us.
It was probably about a mile and a half in there, I would say. Not too long.
And considered an intermediate hike. The cactus is amazing, of course, in the desert. And we have these really cool swirl cactus. They don't grow above 4,000 feet. We're kind of in just below the 4,000 feet, and we've got cactus everywhere.
The water, of course, looks completely different. It's a little bit different color.
Well, it doesn't look crystal blue, but you know.
It's crystal brown.
There's our happy little family. So
It's very brown at this time because we've had a lot of rains, but it's not like the water's coming from the city, so it's not like polluted water. It's like a clay bath.
Oh, we took a clay bath, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is an area that you would never want to be caught in a monsoon where there's flash flooding, whether the rain is coming down on you or whether it's up higher, because that water is going to come like a wall of water. Of course, there's signs that warn you, don't be up here when it's raining and that kind of thing. So our sky is clear. It's a beautiful day.
Wow, this is so deep right here. It's fun.
Too far, bring it closer. Chip wants to go, but I'm pretty over there.
Shay found this area where you could slide down. That was so much fun and very refreshing. Yes, I know the water is brown.
Yeah, it's just another color. Rain clouds filled with lightning.
Yes. The dogs are a little pooped.
This is why his tongue sticks out when he stops panting. It's because it's so big it can hardly fit in his mouth. Thinking secret out
family moved from the city to the country. Thanks for taking part in our adventure. We have new videos every Friday evening. If you would like to help us out, you can like this video, share it, subscribe, or support us on Patreon. See the links in the description.
But yeah, we collected a lot of full sand dollars.
They did have a problem though. They don't fit very well into the coin-operated machines. So when you're paying for parking, you
or those casinos. They
oh yeah, we went to the casino, pocket full of these things, and we're trying to jam. They don't go in.
No, they don't. No, but they're worth probably more.
Yeah.